Well, hello everyone, it's me, Ivan, also known as Taco Sensei. And today we are going to, I am going to give you my top 15 anime intros of 2022. Now, with my 120 years of watching anime, obviously you come across a lot and it's difficult sometimes to just put it together, but I think I gathered the best list for me. Now, let me repeat that again. For me. This list is completely and utterly biased. It's my like and my opinion. And I will tell you exactly why I chose the specific songs that I'm putting here and just kind of try to give you a little like quick musical breakdown into why I came to this decision. And you're probably wondering why 15 and not 10. Well, it's because I don't like the number 10. I like the number 15. So that's it. Now, another thing, I'm going to have here the image of the intros, but I'm going to have to kind of blur it out a little bit for copyright reasons, and also the sound might be a little low as well for copyright reasons. I'm not going to play the entire song. I just want to tell you which ones they are. So let me shut my mouth hole and let's begin. So again, this list is utterly my opinion and my likes. And the reason why I decided to give this intro the number uh the number 15 is because of its pure nature and rawness. Now, I don't think it's necessarily particularly super original per se, but the music is very well composed, and it's one of those animes that just bring me a smile to my face. For number 15, we have Bocce the Rock. Bocce the Rock is one of those animes that caught me off by surprise. Incredibly good little exaggerated slice of life, you would say. Like what happens when you mix K-On with cocaine. This is exactly what happens. The intro I just absolutely loved, because of, like I said, its raw nature. Like they do good homage to music, and I really appreciate how dynamic it really is. So I'm very glad that the singer, as you can hear, is not using a lot of high tones. She's trying to stay within her range, and I do appreciate that because she has this kind of growly tone to her, which chef's kiss. So for number 15, we have Bocce the Rock. If you have not watched it, I will 100% suggest that you do because it's incredibly worth it. Now, the next song for number 14 in my list, I'm going to call it The Sneaky. The reason why this one ranked higher on my list is because exactly that. It's sneaky. Now, when you hear the intro for Bocce the Rock, and you hear the one that I'm about to show you for number 14, you might be thinking, oh, both, like, clearly Bocce the Rock is more complex. You're wrong. As you know, I'm a drummer. So, and by the way, if you're new to the channel, every Sunday at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, we do a live stream here where I play the drums live, and you can come and suggest whatever song you want, and I'll most likely play it if I read the comment. But with that, this intro sounds easy, and it's definitely not. And that is My Dress Up Darling. My Dress Up Darling is a very sneaky intro because it sounds simple, but it's definitely not. It took me more tries than I wish to admit, and it has a lot of segments within the song. It has slow pacing, very smooth, and then whenever it actually like picks up, on the on on the chorus, it's going on double time. Very good. I absolutely love this intro. It's a very sneaky one, and one that I listen to very frequently. So for number 14, we have My Dress Up Darling. Next on the on the countdown for number 13, the lucky 13, lucky 13. Uh it's an anime that I don't know if you guys have heard of. It's not as popular, but it's good. And the reason why ranks above My Dress Up Darling is because My Dress Up Darling, it's a little bit softer than this one, and this one is way sneakier than My Dress Up Darling. This one sounds again simple, but it's very intricate, especially from the beginning. You get a lot of different out of tempos and a very smooth transition into the actual song. The one that I'm giving spot number 13 is Shikimori is not just a cutie. And this is one that I will remember for sure. In a lot of times you get your harem or your romantic anime per se, where you're trying to get to their relationship. Here they start off as boyfriend and girlfriend, and it's just to see like their dynamic and everything. But also the intro does a fantastic job musically wise at showing kind of that the essence of youth and the fun that they have while just being in a relationship. And let me tell you, this song has some amazing out of tempos. It's one song that I have tried to play but haven't been able to, because it's very intricate, and that's why it gets the lucky 13. Very good. You can hear the build up, and here we go with the chorus again, having a youthful tone to it. It's very good. It's a very good anime. I will highly recommend it. And and again, obviously the intro, a very good one. Now, I had my list already ready, and you guys begged me to react to this to the intros of this anime, and I did. And because of that, I had to rearrange my entire listing, because this one kicked some butt, kicked some major ass. I'm very surprised. I'm not gonna lie. When I heard it, I was like, "What is this?" And I've been listening to it for the past day and a half since I did that reaction. And yeah, I cannot deny, even though I have not watched this anime, this song makes me want to. And that is the opening 4 for Overlord, Hollow Hunger. Such an ominous entrance with a lot of strings and a lot of a lot of like this synthetic guitar, to then go into this very soothing voice that is not afraid of whispering, being carried by the bass, being carried by the drums. Very good. It's a very good song. I absolutely loved it. The moment I heard it, I think it's one of my favorites from this anime, and one that I definitely enjoy. So I'm gonna give number 12 to Overlord. It goes so hard, and it keeps that feel of adventure and discovery. I cannot tell you how happy I am that you guys force me to react to this thing, because it is just a freaking blast. Now, the next one, the next anime is not yet finished, but uh, it's not one of my favorites. Let's put it that way. Only because of the protagonist. And now, if you thought that Rent a Girlfriend had the simpest of simps, well, this one it definitely takes the cake. I think this is my least favorite protagonist I've ever seen. Like, I want to finish the series and he stops me. But the intro is a beautiful mix of party time 80s feel with like this neon environment. What anime am I giving the 11th spot to? Urusei Yatsura. Urusei Yatsura is the remake of the another anime by the same name, uh, but this time is just updated to modern times. The reason why I put this song here is because of its originality when it came to the way it presented itself. I think it merged the viewer into a very perfect mix of visuals with music. Granted, most of the times the music will reign supreme whenever I'm kind of like putting this together, but in this case, you cannot deny the fact that the visuals mix very well with the music, a little bit, just a tad bit better than Overlord, in my opinion. Don't crucify me, but this is definitely that one. It just has a very organic build up, a very fun vibe to it. And then the chorus, whenever it lands, is just unforgettable and so catchy. It is such a delight. The best part about this anime is Lum and the intro. That's it. I don't even remember what the name of the protagonist is because I clearly do not give a flying shit. But something that I do give a shit about is instruments being used in a very funky and original way. And this intro took the absolute cake on that. For number 10. Yeah, this is 10, right? Hold on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, this is 10. Okay. So for number 10, we have a mix of a Japanese arcade with Red Hot Chili Peppers. What do you get? A beautiful mix called is the opening for the anime Spare Me, Great Lord. Just listen to that and just feel the vibe with it. As you can tell, I'm very driven by the instruments, and here we have a smooth, buttery voice mixed with a very jazzy drums and a very funky bass. It is very good, incredibly good mix, and it leans more on the side of rap. Then whenever we hit the chorus, it has more of an ominous feel to it, but still keeps its smooth essence. So good. It's absolutely good. This song, and I believe it's not even sung in Japanese. I think this is sung in Chinese. I think, if I'm not mistaken. Point is, fantastic opening, fantastic, and that's why it deserves spot number 10 in my rank. Now, when it comes to the top 10, this is where it got very fucking hard because now I'm not just considering originality and instruments, but also feels and transitions and complexity. And it was a very interesting debate between number 10 for Spare Me and this one and the one after. But I just this one took spot number 9 because I feel that the complexity was turned up to 11 using more brass, using a more of a romantic feel, and still giving you that essence of exploration and discovery. Now, let's give a round of applause to number 9, Love is War. When you talk about out of tempos, when you talk about like this merengue type of feel, this salsa type of feel that just make you want to dance, here it is. Love is War. It will never disappoint with its intros, and this was not. It was definitely the case. It did not disappoint. Love is War season 3, ultra romantic. You can hear how it just goes down and just covers you with this tropical feel, and you hear the bongos in the back, you hear the trumpets, the little out of tempos accents that are being marked by the drums. This song is very full, very full, and it's not trying to be so orchestral, you know? It's not trying to be more than it is. It's just giving you what you need. It's like a perfect a perfect eating course. So definitely for number 9, Love is War, season 3. Now the next one, I had to give. This was a very interesting battle between Loving War and this one, and the reason why I decided to give this this the cake was because I feel like it did the romanticness as well as the funkiness almost similarly to an equal degree, but we're talking about two animes that are about romance. This one used two voices separately from each other. In Love is War, the male and female voice go hand in hand, and the female voice takes a little bit of a little bit of a step back and gives support to the male voice. Here, that's not the case though. Here we have the male voice and the female voice talking to each other. They're responding to each other, and honestly, I thought that was absolutely brilliant. So for number 8, we have Love After World Domination. Love After World Domination is what happens when you when you have Rita Repulsa in love with the Red Power Ranger, and it's got this conga feel to it, right? It's got this little funky vibe, but it changes to give chance to the male and female voice to talk to each other and it just kind of like explore this little dynamic, which you can hear here, right here. Also, you have to appreciate those breaks, those breaks to give that little callback to Cowboy Bebop, or just trying to make it jazzy, right here. And it's gonna stop in, and here we have the guy singing, being responded by the girl. I just found that to be so endearing, and the chorus is just goes both of them hand in hand in such a perfect harmony, and because of that, I had to give it to give the edge, especially because it this song I feel is more dynamic. It gives you more of a roller coaster, and it knows when to take it slow, and it knows when to pick it up. So for number 8, Love After World Domination. So now we have the last remaining 7. And here's the thing though. The next one, number 7. Number 7 was technically the combination of what I wanted in a way from everything here. It has the respect of the raw instruments that Bocce has. It has the funkiness of Love is War. It has the festive vibe of Love After World Domination. It's got that playfulness from Sejatsura. So it's just kind of like a mix of everything. And I mean, how could you not vibe to Demon Slayer opening 3? It's not afraid to show the piano, it's not afraid to show the brass, it's not afraid to show the instruments, it's just not afraid of it. And it just overwhelms you with this composition of greatness. Very complex song, very complex. There's a lot of out of tempo, there's a lot of changes, there's a lot of uh, in and outs, and it just gives you this absolute flavor, spicy flavor. The voice by Eimer, I believe that's her name. She does such a way to kind of give you a sense that she's high, but she's kind of waving between high and low, and that blends really well with the brass. So I just gotta say, this is this is such a good intro, and I cannot describe how happy I am that I live in a world where this thing exists. But now, what would be superior to that? And the only reason why the next one is superior as number 5, um, no, number 6, my bad, number 6. The only reason why I chose this one to be superior than Demon Slayer is because of its originality and the feel that it has. This is one intro that the moment I heard it, I was like, dude, this sounds different, very different. And it's very metallic and urban, but it's got this devious feel to it. You know what I mean? I mean, you know it, I know it. Is to have such a fun vibe and still give this kind of like a violent I mean, what can I say that hasn't been said about Chainsaw? Just absolute greatness. So, yeah, that's exactly why it took the number 6 spot. And now let's go with number 5. Now, the reason why I chose this as number 5, it's because of its originality. A lot of intros, a lot of intros, and most of the ones that I've mentioned so far land on that. absolutely land on that. They have a typical pattern to where the song is presented, and on their high, they show the graphic intro and everything. And in a way, you can call them predictable. In a way, even if the song instrumentation might not be, the pattern can be sometimes predictable. This does not. Now, I gotta admit, this is not a song that I would listen to very often, or that I would want to listen very often. But I have to give credit where credit's due, and the the composition of the song and what it is to the actual show, I think is just incredibly well done. This is one of the best representations. This song was specifically written for this anime, with its lyrics being as chaotic and violent as well as cute as to what the anime is. And what I'm talking about is Akiva Made War. What do you want if you can have maids and just like this freaking John Wick style, you know? The song enters with them walking, and it's just a industrial metallic feel to it, with the cute little voices from the maids. And then it turns into this violent, turbulent tornado of what the fuck is going on. It is just, oh, like, what is going on? And that's exactly how most of the characters feel during the show. That's why I say it's such a good representation. And then they just switch it up on you because that's what the show does. Into this nice. It's interesting how during the violent portion of the song, the lyrics are very uh soft technically. They talk about like, welcome home, master, let me serve you something up. Here they talk more about how they're going to kill you while they have the lighter part of the song. I just think that that is incredibly original. And they do not show the title of the they do not reveal the title of the show until almost the very end, at almost the closure of the song, which I just found that to be very original. And again, it's my fucking list. It's my opinion, and that's why Akiva Made War takes the spot number 5. Now, for number 4, this thing though, this thing. The reason why it's here, it's not as original as Akiva Made War in terms of structure of the song, but it's insanely addicting for me. This thing is like crack. I cannot tell you how many times I've listened to this song, and usually on the Sunday streams, I play this song, period. Like, I just have to. It's one of those songs that is jazzy, funky, and it has some elements to break the song apart. Now, this song gives me the perfect feeling, the perfect falling into the music feeling. Which am I talking about? Well, it is Call of the Night. Call of the Night takes number 4. Such a fun paragraphs, giving you this sense of like nightlife, you know? And then the song within itself has this little breaks that the instrument does just to give like a little bit of an accent to the piece. And the piano is just going like musically speaking, it's a very very complete song. And then when the chorus hits, it just sends me into this like the wave of just bliss, you know? What you give to darling. It is so addicting. This song is incredibly addicting, and I am very happy that also a very good show happens to have it. Then they have this. This is exactly why it won its spot number 4 for me. This original break that it has, where they just close it with the music, pam pam pam, tuku, tuku, tum, pa. And they give themselves the time to build it up again in such a nice way. It is just a freaking blast, an addicting ass blast. So for number 4, we have Call of the Night. Number 3. Now, let me just say, these next 3 songs are, in my opinion, some of the best fucking intros I've ever listened to. And if you were to ask me like my top 10, this 3 would be there. Without a shadow of a doubt. It was very difficult to decide which one was superior than the other, because clearly I've listened to one more than others, and others I appreciate more because of the lyrics, some I appreciate more because of the feel, sometimes the instrumentalization, this and this and this and this and this and that. So you can define it however you want to, but I had to be objective, and it's just like a hair, just like a tiny little hair of difference in which I had to rank this ones now, which I think has perfect fucking music, one of the catchiest shits I've ever listened to in my life. For number 3, we have Ya Boy Kongman. God fucking damn it. How many times do I have to play this song for me to get bored with it? There's no way. There's just no way. This song is the absolute pinnacle of catchiness. Ah, chiki chiki bam bam chak. Then you have the voice. It's by Queendom, I believe. The voice has such a it has such a guide to it. Like it wants to guide you to this new world. And it's so fucking buttery smooth. Just listen to it. The way it does the vibratos at the end, like, period. Period. So fucking good. It is, for me, a very, very, very close to perfection song. Maybe not for you, but for me it is. And I felt insanely in love with it. Incredibly happy that I live in a world where that thing exists. Now, the next one. The reason why the next one got the edge over over Kangmin is because of the lyrics. The lyrics represent so much more than just party time and drinking tequila. This song has some beautiful lyrics, and it also has something that most anime intros don't, which is metalcore. A combination of like um, rock voice and also growling. I mean, what could you say from one of the best shows that I've ever seen in my life? The Rumbling, Attack on Titan, season 4. It's a perfect description of what this show is about, as well as the feel of the show too. Now the lyrics are supposed to be sung by the main protagonist, Aaron. And that just gives it a different punch to it because it's specifically made for it. Right things, never wanted to be the king. It's so good. and it has one of the best freaking breaks that I've ever heard. I would say that is near perfect when it comes to this. Where are the lighters? Where are the lighters so you can just like wave it around this stadium? The rumbling is an absolute fucking masterpiece. And now you're wondering, well, what the fuck? Like how something that is a masterpiece would you say that is inferior to another song? Well, the reason why, and this is again a very hard decision, why the rumbling is a number 2 and this one is a number 1. It came down to literally how often I listen to either or. It just came down to that because I listen to them so often. They're like my top 3 songs that I listen to is your boy Kungman, the rumbling, and this one. So I had to like really think about how which one would I listen to more often, and this happened to be one, as well as its feel to it. You can feel how the artist pours his soul in it. And honestly, it's like a micro atom of difference between the rumbling and this one. But one had to get a little bit of an edge. And for me, this was the one. Ranking of Kings, opening to Naked Hero by Voundy. This song, over the time that I've listened to it, it just like whenever I first listened to the rumbling, it gave me everything I needed to get. This song, it wasn't the case. It took months for me to just appreciate everything that it has from the drums and the way it gives you this sense of marching to war, this inspiration, to the changes of feeling like you're in the middle of a battle, but not a physical one, an emotional one. It's such a descriptive and emotional piece of what the show is about. You can hear the strings in the background just giving you that lift that you need to close it up with such a soft, almost whisper. I mean, another fucking masterpiece in my opinion. And that's how I feel. So obviously there are way more. There are other shows that are currently going on. Like I know probably a lot of you are gonna be shocked that I did not put either Blue Lock or Spy Family, but I just wanted to like honestly come down to my taste. I like the Spy Family. I like Blue Lock, but being objective, it was like, hey, I'm gonna try to be as honest as possible and just give you my opinion and why. Most importantly, why did I choose to put this here? Let me know if you liked this list and if you want me to do another list of like maybe top 15 best animes of 2022 in my opinion, or the top 15 worst, because we had some shitties. Let me tell you, we definitely had some shitters. So yeah, just let me know. Let me know if you like it. Let me know if you don't. And with that said, I'll see you guys later. Subscribe and all that jazz. We are like how many people away from 6,000 subscribers? We are. Let me tell you real quick. We are, and this is where okay. Oh shit. We're eight. We're 18 people away from 6,000 subscribers. So go ahead and subscribe real quick. All right. Thank you guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Let me know also in the comments which are your tops.